And that's it. We're live. Edging out November. Hard to believe. November 23rd. I know, Christmas tree behind me. It's not decorated yet, but it's up. Oh, I'm live now. Thanks, Facebook. November 23rd. Sorry if you're hearing that again on the Instagram side of things. All right, it is another Live at the Hive. Cannot believe it is November 23rd, getting ready for Christmas. Are you one of those people that's already into Christmas? Because I've noticed there's an awful lot of Christmas lights around or this time of year, but it's also nice to get them up before it gets cold, so I can appreciate that. Okay, before we get into the live tonight, we've got a few things to go over. As always, the newsletter comes out on Thursday, so if you haven't signed up for that, check it out at churrobuzz.com, or you can sign up for that on our Facebook page as well. It's an awesome snapshot of everything that's coming up in Colchester County for the week, whether it's family events, craft events, this time Christmas events are coming into it. No matter what you're looking for, you can find it there, and it is county-wide. So check out churrobuzz.com. It gets delivered every Thursday morning to your inbox, chock full of stuff to check out. We also have our holiday buzz box happening now. Orders are coming in. We love it. So if you're not familiar with that, check it out on churrobuzz.com as well. It is an awesome, locally curated product box full of amazing things for your holiday season. So we can take the hassle out of holiday shopping for you, support 8 local businesses in the process. Don't want to miss it. They are selling, so you're going to want to check those out soon. Don't leave it to the last minute. churrobuzz.com for the holiday buzz box. And lastly, you're going to want to mark your calendars for our annual Live at the Hive Christmas giveaway, which is happening on December 15th. We've got all kinds of stuff rolling in for giveaways. All you have to do is tune in, and we're going to be doing live giveaways on Instagram and Facebook to people who are just tuning in. So come enjoy the Christmas cheer on December 15th for our annual Live at the Hive giveaway. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, that's all my housekeeping notes. So, do you like making money? Because if you do, you're going to want to listen to this live. We are talking about a new industry-driven program at the NSCC. I'm going to introduce our guests here tonight. It's always a mirror image, so I'm like, am I going the right way? There we go. Okay, hang on, guys. I love your sweater. Thank you very much. I'm a big fan as well. Here we go. Welcome, guys. So, if you don't know these two lovely folks, why don't you introduce yourselves? Melanie, you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Melanie Grant, and I'm faculty at the NSCC in Truro.
Repping the shirt, love it.
Yep. And I teach in their business department, and we're launching a new program in January.
Mhm.
We've done one of these iterations already, but this is our big launch starting in January. So that's why we're here to talk to you.
Very excited. And you, fine sir.
Hi, I'm Josh McGrath. I'm the Director of Operations for Pi Automotive, the division of which you can find here in town, Truro Toyota and Pi Chevrolet. Thanks
Two
for
of
having
our
us.
favorite places, by the way. If you happen to follow us at Secret Nova Scotia as well, the fine folks at Pi Automotive are our partners for our tour vehicle, which we love.
Totally.
Awesome. So, like Melanie said, I'm sorry if I have to keep cutting across here because I can't see the comments that far over. We are here to talk about a new program at NSCC starting January of this year, so there's still time to register. And it is the Professional Sales Program. Is that the official title?
Professional sales.
That's right, Professional Sales Program. Now, why is this program a big deal that we were talking about earlier? It is an industry-driven program, which means there was a need for this to happen. So the industry got together, and there was a board of people that made this program possible.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
You'd have to talk to the NSCC people, but because we're a college, they can, and this is an overused word, but pivot, right? So when there is a need in the industry, then the college can be flexible and meet the need. And so this is how this happened. So a group of industry professionals came together and met with our team at the NSCC and said, we need more people who have selling skills, because the people that are coming in for entry-level positions are taking a long time to succeed because they're learning how to sell. Instead, they can have all the skills and then come in and just take off.
You are not wrong. So obviously, if you're tuning in, you follow Truro Buzz. We are into our 4th year as a business. I'm sorry, Instagram. I'm over here. And you know what? Selling is something I never did in the first few years. Had no idea. I was providing a service, or so I thought I was, but until I started to work with, I'm trying to think what Jason Steele's title was. It's not business development.
Yeah, business development for the TC.
For the TC
right?
PEP, yep.
Yeah.
So until I started working with him, and God love his cotton socks, he's amazing. He was like, so how many hours a week do you spend selling? And I'm like, none. Had no idea. And let me tell you how great a program like this would have been, and still could be for me, honestly. So, Josh, obviously you work in car sales, and a lot of people, well, I mean, let's be honest, it has a dirty rap for being car salesman, but that's not really the way it is. Sales is about nurturing relationships and creating authentic connections with people, not just pushing a sale out the door. So how can this program benefit your industry?
I think there's probably a lot of ways that a program like this could benefit someone who is wanting to get into sales in our industry or in any industry for that matter, but you touched on maybe the most important piece in a way a program like this can bring that to light and help new individuals stand up, and that's the stereotypical mold of a salesperson is not the industry standard anymore. It's not the individual that you find in that archetype. The reality is exactly what you said is true. People want to build relationships. People want the dispersion of value. They want to understand that they're looking for a product or a service. There's value for them to be found there. They want someone who's going to help them discover and understand that value, and someone who's going to stick with them after they've made a purchase as well. Someone who makes sure to, as you called it, nurture that relationship, maintain that relationship with whatever brand or business, and that requires a different set of skills, a different personality. It's a much more robust and fulfilling environment than it was historically, for sure.
I bet there's a lot behind it, because it's not just like get in and close the deal. Like, what are some of the things that you feel, I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this. Nope, still stuck. I'm trying to think. Because it's not, people just think sales are getting in there and driving up numbers. What are other things you think people need to know about learning something to be professional sales?
Right. So it's a lot like what Josh said. It's about that relationship management. So, and it's also problem solving. So people will come
that
to,
is so true.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You will go to someone who may have a product that you think might help you, but it's finding someone who can articulate or help you articulate what that problem is, figure out whether they have what you need in order to solve that problem, and then work with you to get it. It's more of a creating a win-win for everybody, so that everybody does well in the process. Everybody's getting something that they need.
Right.
So yeah,
Communication.
relationship management, communication, all of those things.
Right, yeah. Marketing, professional selling for success. These are all some of the names of the courses that you will get if you registered for the professional sales program. So I think one of the biggest things to let people know is that this is a unique course because it's just a single term course. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it's different than a lot of our business program, for example, is 2 years or 3 years if you take international business, but normally it's a 2-year program. This is 18 weeks. So you start at the beginning of January. By April, you're going, the end of April, you're going on your work term. You do work term for 3 weeks, and by the end of May, you're done. So
Incredible.
and with the skills to apply for those positions and get those jobs, which industry is screaming for at the moment.
Well, clearly. So you're one of the businesses, Josh, that came to the table to create this program. So why is this so important for you and your business?
Well, you touched on all of the different programs that are available within this program, the different classes that are available. And sales has become a really multifaceted job. The streams through which customers contact business, the information that you need to know about products. There's a ton of creativity that's involved with sales today that historically may not have been there. I can't speak to that certainly, but it's evident that today it's growing all the time. And people, maybe to your point about that stereotype, have that misconception, and so they don't come armed with the skills that they're really going to need to hit the ground running. And that can cause a deflation, a burnout that happens relatively early. You show up and you're not necessarily captivated with your career choice because you didn't realize what you were getting yourself into. For us, for people to be able to come armed with that knowledge and prepared to exercise all of that creativity by understanding that the sales funnel has gotten wider, the process has gotten more complicated, building relationships has become much more essential to what we do, their opportunities for success skyrocket. The chance that they're going to be able to stay with us and succeed and feel a sense of fulfillment about what they do, it skyrockets.
Yeah.
It makes a world of difference for us.
That's so true. And I didn't even know what a sales funnel was till I think 2 years ago. And it changed my life, I'll tell you that. I do a quick shout out to Nadine, who went to NSCC. What did you do there? I would love to know. Faye, thank you for letting me know the sound is being a little bit of an issue. I'm not sure what's happening there. Hopefully it's not our connection. It looks good on our end, but hopefully that's not a problem. Let me know if it's still happening.
I think the big thing for sales that people think, a lot of people think it's just commission too, which probably takes people out of the running. It's like, I can't afford to have that kind of pressure on my job, but that's not necessarily what you're going to get on a sales position these days, I don't think. Is that, would you say, fair to say?
I would say the industry is sort of, it's varied for sure. Everywhere is a little bit different, I think. What is really nice about not necessarily a full commission, but having that commission component to a job is you work for what you get kind of deal. So if you want to make really good money, then you just work hard, and all of your efforts go towards a better paycheck. So it's if you are driven and you are managing your accounts and you're honest with people and you're transparent about what you're looking for, and the word gets out in our tiny little community about how helpful and how problem solving-ish you are, then you will do very well. And so, yeah, there's a bit of a risk sometimes in some industries. I don't know. You would be able to, I don't know what your work, when I started in sales, I'll tell you what I know, is there's a couple.
Easy.
Tear the place down. I apologize.
So I worked in one place where they gave me a base salary for a year, and then I moved into a little bit more commission based. They took a little bit more of my base away until finally I was full commission, but by then I had a solid client list. I knew really well what I was doing.
Oh yeah,
and
build
I
up
knew my work.
so much better.
So much better. And then I had another one where I negotiated just a solid base and then a smaller commission. But some people are really are okay with taking the risk and are fine with understanding their own gumption, right?
I think that's a good way to put it.
I think some people like that drive of, I need to do this to get what I want out of the financial part of it.
Right. I think that you talked about a multitude of different scenarios, and that paints a really good picture of what's out there, and that the industry, almost every industry requires some form of sales. Whether you're talking about car sales, whatever it might be, the entrepreneurial spirit is predicated on the idea that you have something that someone else is going to buy. You have to facilitate a sale. And there's been a recognition that there needs to be a little bit more flex to pay plans in general. We need to accommodate individuals who want a little bit more security. But we also want to make sure that that spirit of entrepreneurship is still there, in that if you have the motivation to go out and build a huge network of relationships, to work longer hours, to try harder, because that's what it comes down to. It's not about grinding more people like the stereotype, it's about talking to more people, helping more people discover value. And if that in turn helps you discover value in your own life by a freedom of your paycheck, well, we want to make sure that that ceiling doesn't exist. We want people to be able to set goals and then pursue them on their own through, use the term gumption, their own gumption. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great way to put it.
But I like what Josh just said there too, and it's the transferable skills part. Like what you would learn in this particular program, you can take if you want to start your own business, even if you want to work for someone else, because it's just working in general. If you're going to be in business, you need to know how to communicate properly. You need to know how to write a really good email. You need to know how to respond in a timely manner. You have to know how to nurture a positive relationship, and you'll use those anywhere.
Absolutely.
So you can move from a retail position where you know you like working with people and you're working retail for someone else, and maybe you have targets to meet, but you know you could do more, to learning what all of those instincts are, figuring out what the theory is behind those instincts, and then just taking off.
This literally might be the most practical class list I've ever seen in my life. It's professional sales communication, marketing, professional selling, selling for success, sales management, and then your work experience. Like, that's incredible. And guys, sales isn't a dirty word. Like, I know you can't see me over here, but sales
Clapping.
Sales is not a dirty word. You cannot have a business if you don't have sales to some degree. And what that looks like for your business is going to be different for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for what it works in the car industry is going to be very different than what it is at Truro Buzz. But we are a business. We sell. Like,
Yeah, I'm
these
a
are
teacher and I
services.
sell.
There's fundamental principles that exist across every type of sales. And I think these are touched on really well in the program.
Yeah.
And you get to get a sense of how you might be able to draw those out and shape them up to what's going to work for you, whatever industry you happen to chase down.
Yeah, and just to talk about my teaching style particularly, I'll just say that I try to do a lot of activities. So I always try and, I could lecture, but nobody wants that. I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
lecture classes.
No. So we don't do that. We do a little bit of the theory learning at the top, just so you get an idea of the framework, and then we do activities. You can ask any student that I've ever had, I live for activities. But those activities are tailored to your particular interests. So if we're going to talk about how would you pitch somebody this something, it's going to be whatever is that you're interested in. I had this one student last year, or 2 years ago now, who was really into trailer sales. He knew everything about trailers. He loved trailers. He actually was working at the same time. If you're listening, I still think of you all the time. You're a great student.
I love
Anyway.
that. I love that.
That's building a relationship.
Exactly.
Okay, but yes. But so every activity that he did was all around trailer sales. So we just learned about it.
Wow.
So every time we did a role play, he was selling me a trailer. Every time we talked about writing an email, he was following up on how great that trailer was. So but you can do it for anything. Whatever your interest is, we will just tailor the program to what it is that you are interested in.
Well, that's the big hot topic on entrepreneurship these days. It's like
Finding out what your why is, doing something you're passionate about. And while I don't believe in the do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, that is garbage. It's still work. You just don't care.
that's not true. You just don't mind working as much because you love what you're doing. You still have bad days, but if you're doing something you're passionate about, selling trailers, selling cars, building homes,
Advertising, you will put so much more of yourself into it because you enjoy doing it.
you care about what you're doing. And it's not just I need to do this to make money.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
It is a huge deal.
And you learn to care about it. I think that's an important piece, and salespeople maybe haven't had an outlet to go and feel like they are the professionals that they deserve to feel like. Tax lawyers don't love being tax lawyers, but they love the accoutrements that come with being a really well-established tax lawyer. The idea that you're an industry professional with respect and clout and you have accreditation behind your name. People don't necessarily naturally fall in love with sales, but they will learn to love all of the output that comes with being a truly great salesperson. And having the accreditation that you deserve to be recognized as a great salesperson, that's something that's been hard to find before, and this program touches on that really well.
The lovely Lex says, it blows my mind how many great employment opportunities exist in our own community in a sales field. The earning potential is very significant. That is so true.
Yeah, it's true. And you control that earning potential, which is amazing.
Well, I mean, that's really the amazing thing about where employment has gone now, whether it's self-employment or working with other people, is that, there was generations that spent a certain amount of hours slaving away, and then you're waiting till retirement to live your life. But now there's so much more flexibility built into jobs to make sure that you don't hit that burnout quite the same. Like, you don't have to grind a 9 to 5 at a desk. Like, there's so much more opportunities that you can create by being able to sell and communicate and being armed with those skills.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
You were talking about professional accreditation, and this program I wanted to say also that this program has an affiliation with the CPSA. So the CPSA is a Canada-wide program. It's called the Certified Sales Professional Association, and it is it's an accreditation so you take an exam and you get a badge and a certificate, and that doesn't sound like anything, but when you have your
I don't know,
LinkedIn,
I'd like a badge.
I know.
People want letters after your name. Everyone wants letters after their name.
100%.
Right?
True. And you put it on your LinkedIn and you communicate with people and so when you take these courses, you can take this exam and get this designation, because we have built this course in line with the Certified Sales Professional association course.
So to do this course, do you have to have any prerequisites or anything, or can you just do you have to have a certificate or diploma or anything, or can you just go and register for this course?
Well, you have to have your high school diploma or equivalent. It is a college, it's a certification, college certificate. So yes, you have to have your high school equivalent,
Right.
and then come.
That's it.
It would be really nice if you like people.
That's
would like you
kind
to
of
participate
important
in
for
class.
sales.
It's yeah.
If you're going to build relationships, you need to not be scared by them. Literally, pick a sector or industry, and there is a sales component. There's also likely a vacant position up for grabs. No kidding.
No kidding, right? This is the time.
Yeah,
too.
100%.
Yeah, there are people who businesses are screaming for people.
Yeah.
They just are.
And you touched off the top on that stereotype, and I don't think that even was relegated to just car sales. I think sales in general
You're
carried
absolutely
that
right.
stereotype.
You're absolutely right.
And someone made the astute comment that there's probably a vacancy. And I can tell you that employers are salivating at the prospect of people who don't fall into that stereotypical approach. That stereotype ends up working as a bit of a gatekeeping facility in that the only people who want to come apply for sales jobs are people that fit that sort of stereotype. And when we're looking for someone, that's not who we want. We're not unique in our employment strategy at Toyota or Pi Chevrolet to be looking for people who are a different caliber, who people who understand relationships, who have a set of ethics that are going to guide them in what they do. So to that point about the vacancy that was out there, I don't know who made it, but you're absolutely right. And not only could you come armed with a set of credentials that are going to differentiate you, you can be the sort of person who you want to be. You don't have to imagine that you need to fall into whatever that stereotype or preconception you might have about a salesperson. Be authentic, be creative, be fresh, be driven by a love of people and helping people solve problems.
Yeah.
That's what employers are looking for in sales today.
Sales really is problem solving. Like, people are coming to you because they have a problem.
Yeah.
They need transportation. They need to get the word on their business out, and they come to us. So it is really problem solving. It's not just about shoving a deal down someone's throat or how many things you can close.
And it's really about listening too. So if a client comes to you and says, okay, Alicia, this is the problem that I'm having. I wish people knew about this particular product. Then you can sort of, I lost where I was going to go with that. But just like, what?
No, I was like, sorry.
I know, it's okay. Just, what a skill to be able to do is to tailor your product to meet the needs of that customer. So your product or whatever your services that you sell or that you are trying to show someone can be tailored to meet their needs. So there's some of those listening skills too that are really important. But you have those because you tailor your product to meet the needs of your customers.
Absolutely. Communication really is important. And what I like about this course is that you can be fresh out of high school and go to this course. You could be in another job and decide that you want to upgrade your skills. Or employers also have the opportunity to send employees they have to have a more professional sales background or hone their communication or problem solving skills with this program. And it's such a short time commitment that's, I won't say easily doable, but it is doable for businesses to do that.
I'm so glad you said that. Can I say something?
Please.
Okay.
Please.
Because you know why? We designed this program so that if you had a full-time job and your employer wanted to send you, you could actually do it. It's a lot of work, for sure, but our classes are Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Friday afternoons, and every other Saturday. So it is possible to have a 9 to 5 and to do this course.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I know.
I know, I love it. Keep going.
Okay, so and I'm your teacher, so it's gonna be so fun.
The energy is going to be there.
I know, but so you can do it from anywhere in the province because it's going to be, it's called synchronous online, which means it's kind of like a live, except for I see your faces and we see each other's faces and we can communicate, but we're doing it virtually Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoon, and every one Saturday a month. And only one Saturday a month do we all meet together in Truro for a workshopping day.
Oh, fun.
Which is going to be so fun. I'm super excited about
Totally.
that. But in today's world, especially post-COVID, being able to manage relationships, have communication skills, virtually is super important, and that right away we're going to learn those skills because we're going to be doing it every day, or well, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday afternoons.
Every week,
several times.
right?
But to your point, you could work 9 to 5 and do this in the evenings. It is a lot of work, for sure, but it's possible. And
Short-term
it's structured.
work, long-term game.
Right. Exactly.
That's really important because I know it probably deters a lot of people from upgrading or going back to school is the fact, well, I can't do both. I can't go back to school and keep working.
And this is a really flexible way to do both. Like you said, it's not that it's not going to be a lot of work, but it's certainly something you could manage more so than a daytime class.
100%.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
Sorry, I see some more comments coming through.
Standard college tuition. Oh, sorry, that was Lek answering a question. Does it cost to get into
Lek is
this
answering
course?
questions.
Thanks,
Lek. Nice.
Absolutely. We had Lek on here not too long ago. Okay. I hate the new design of this, how you can't, it used to be the comments were there, so when you went live, you could see them coming in, but now you can't.
That is cumbersome.
It's not delightful.
Darn it, Facebook.
All right, well, I think we've covered all of the amazing points of this program.
So whether you're looking to upgrade, improve your skills, maybe change job fields, or maybe you want to talk to your employer about how this program can help you to progress in the company you're already in, the professional sales program at the NSCC Truro campus is definitely something you're going to want to check out. Clearly, there's a need in the industry, and it's not just the industries that are here. There are sales, and you literally can't have a business without sales. You name a business, you're selling in that business, and these can arm you with the skills to do better for yourself. Create the life you want, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you get Melanie as your teacher. So how do you feel about that?
It's going to be so fun.
Amazing.
How long have you been doing marketing and business at NSCC now?
Since 2018, so not too long.
It's like I remember when you got the job and how exciting it was, and wow, time flies.
Yeah, I took a lot of courses because I knew business, but I didn't know how to teach, and it's super interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I learned how adults learn, how they take information. That's why I live for activities and not for tests.
Very true.
It's my thing. Yeah, so we really like it.
What would you say your favorite thing about sales is?
My favorite thing about sales, people, every time. People.
Yeah.
Solving problems, also. Well, yeah.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I love the whole thing. I also feel like it's an excuse to get to know people. Like, I love my friends who are all watching, I'm pretty sure, although they haven't said.
Facebook is having a little issue.
But I do, but I love having, like, the conversation that when I sold you to come here.
Absolutely.
When you and I had that conversation where I like those kinds of, like, I miss those over COVID.
It's true.
I did get to do some of them virtually, but
It's
I
not
love
the same.
the connection. I love getting to know what somebody needs and seeing if I can help them. I love that part.
Well, that's what I love about marketing, and what we do is, like, when people reach out to you and say, like, well, this is the problem we're having, and coming up with creative solutions to it, live for it.
Yeah, you do sales, my friend.
Who knew? I had no idea. And now we actually make time to sell thanks to Jason Steele, who was our wonderful business consultant from the Truro and Colchester Partnership for Economic Prosperity. I definitely have to plug them because he changed how we run this business. Because I did not have the professional sales training I should have had when I opened this business. If only.
It's like the SEB program. I found out about that afterwards, and it was like, wow, that would have been handy.
Yes.
So there are lots of great resources out there.
Sorry, I see them too late. Oh, people waiting. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Josh, I didn't ask you, what's your favorite thing about sales?
Great question. Great answer. That's a great answer. I think my favorite thing about sales, and this week, being in car sales, you get asked this a time or two, especially, young people coming in who are exploring the industry ask you this. So what is it that people would like so much about sales? That's a great interview question for someone to ask back to us. And, I've talked to a lot of salespeople about it, a lot of managers, and we all ended up realizing that there is something that's particularly unique about sales in that people walk in with this preconception that we've talked about a lot tonight. People walk in with that stereotype on their mind. They're defensive. They're not necessarily sure that this relationship is going to be anything other than combative. And when you get the opportunity to show people that you are truly positioning yourself to help them discover value, and you feel that temperature come down a little bit, you recognize that we're going to build a real relationship here. You're going to get a sense that we're decent people. We're good people that are just trying to help. You came here looking to purchase something. It is my job to help facilitate that sale. Aside from that, I'd like to build a real relationship with you. And when that happens, it's invigorating. It is fulfilling. You get to recognize that you overcame a stereotype time and time again. And that's really nice. It's a rewarding part of the job. You got to fortify yourself against that stereotype, but when you get the opportunity to break it, you feel like you accomplished something meaningful.
And when you get repeat clients, like,
Oh my
Man,
God,
is that a good feeling?
It is the best.
it is when you have people that have like almost become a friend relationship because you have been working with them so long and helping them through their many vehicles or helping them on their many campaigns or whatever it is that your business is doing. It really is an awesome feeling. It's one of my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
And it's equally as rewarding as it is for us. It's that much better for them too.
Yeah.
Right? It's important to remember sales is predicated and focused on the customer. It's about understanding customers and building those relationships. We keep using that term. Those are with customers. And not only is it that so rewarding for you as a salesperson, Alicia, as you highlight, which is absolutely correct.
Absolutely.
It's that much more rewarding for them. They have someone who they trust to go and facilitate.
They don't even think about who they have to go or who they're going to get or things like. They have their trusted individual that they know is going to be there to help them and whatever their need, and their needs change from what the first time they came in to now they have a family and or anything else.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Anxiety drops, fulfillment skyrockets. It's wonderful.
Everyone's cup is full, is what we're saying.
Cup is
Well, thanks for coming in to talk to us about this,
Guys, the program is the professional sales program happening at the NSCC Truro campus this January. You still have time to register, whether you're fresh out of school, whether you've been out of school for a while, you're looking to upgrade or maybe switch careers. The professional sales program has definitely got something for you, and you can talk to the fine folks at NSCC about it or some of our industry professionals around Truro. They'll definitely be there to help talk to you about why this program is important.
What's the website where we can find more info? I know I had it, but I don't think I have it written down.
nscc.ca, and you just look up our program. You can also call the Truro campus, or you can email me, Melanie Grant, melanie.grant@nscc.ca. Nobody's going to remember that, but
No, they will.
you can just send me an email, call the school. It's on our website. All the things.
You're going to be seeing it on Truro Buzz. We've got a video coming out this week as well about the sales program, so keep an eye for that.
Well done.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks so much for making time to come in and talk about this. And
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
you.
having us.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And check out the newsletter if you haven't signed up yet, or the holiday gift box or buzz box if you're looking to get ahead on your holiday shopping. All right, guys.
Sales.
Have a good week. Sales! Killing it! Crushing it! Have a good week.